The dark truth behind Thomas Petrou lifestyle. TikTok has been the center for growing your personal brand over these past 2 years. The new social media app has been downloaded by many people worldwide and has birthed many new influencers. The social media platform has allowed normal kids to grow their own personal following. Giving these new influencers so much power, many of them have decided to collaborate, which helped grow their brands even more. The Hype House was one of the first actual group put together by fellow TikTokers. The Hype House would host influencers where they would be able to film content all day. Thomas Petrou is one of the founders of the creative group, and he has recently found himself in a sticky position. Continue to watching to find out how Thomas Petrou has ruined his young career. With creators on the app such as Charli D'Amelio and Addison Rae, there is a lot of competition, but instead, Thomas had ideas to make everyone work well together. Thomas had a lot of attention around him, considering he was one of the biggest male creators on the app. Founders of the Hype House, Chase Hudson and Thomas Petrou, are trying their best to salvage what remains of the team, considering many fallouts have taken place and some sketchy things have been said about the founders. The main focus is on Thomas Petrou, and today at Lime Report, we will be covering the dark truth behind the 21-year-old TikTok star's lifestyle. Watch until the end to find out what Charli D'Amelio has to say about all this drama. Do you think that the Hype House is already falling apart? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Be sure to check out the link in our description to enter for your chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. After leaving Jake Paul's Team 10, Thomas Petrou decided to make an executive decision alongside TikTok star Chase Hudson, otherwise known as Lil Huddy, to create the Hype House. The Hype House hosts 19 of some of the most popular TikTokers who visit the house however much they want, with other members living there. Although the group of content creators was formed in late 2019, by March of 2020 things seem to have gone a bit sour. The Hype House is not what it appears to many. Thomas Petrou may have been the wrong person to put in charge of such a big group of teens. Scrolling on social media apps such as Instagram and TikTok, we see our favorite celebrities and influencers smiling in front of a camera, but all the smiles do not show what goes on behind the scenes, which insiders say is not good for the creators. Daisy Keech, famous TikToker and Hype House member, can vouch for that. The most recent news with Thomas Petrou stems from a problem he and Daisy Keech had. Continue watching to hear how things escalated to legal action. Things are worse than initially thought in the tension between Daisy Keech and Thomas Petrou, as these legal problems are tearing the house apart. Things look good for the Hype House from all the videos and photos on social media, but unfortunately, that is not the case. Things are secretly very shady behind the scenes. Daisy Keech has recently spoken out and has taken action against the so-called founders of the Hype House, as she believes otherwise. It is said that when the cameras are off, Thomas Petrou is evil. He oftentimes gets comparisons to his former boss, Jake Paul. One time in a YouTube video, you can hear Dixie D'Amelio say that Thomas Petrou would not let her eat if she was not going to post content. Pretty intense and controlling, if you would say so. Although Daisy and Thomas's relationship never seemed on bad terms in their videos, nowadays the two cannot stand each other. Members of the Hype House are meant to upload a minimum of 3 TikTok videos a day, while most of the members are teenagers and in school. Balancing that with schoolwork and social life is a hefty task. Things started to go south between Chase Thomas and Daisy after Daisy insisted that she was in fact the third founder of the Hype House and wanted recognition for it. Daisy decided to use her voice, considering she has a massive TikTok and Instagram following, in a story post with the words, "Yo, just a heads up, when you start loving yourself loudly and setting healthy boundaries, you are gonna piss off any toxic people around you." She posted this at the beginning of her feud with the founders of the mansion. She continued by saying, "Don't let them walk all over you." Clearly, Daisy is upset with her former friends and partners. She has made it obvious that Thomas Petrou and Charlie Hudson are not who they seem. What actually is going on though, and why is legal action being taken? Well, according to Daisy Keech, Petrou's had a little too much power and control over the group. "We can't ever have any group decisions. He somehow has authority over everything. He has that because he is the only one with access to all of the social media accounts and emails," she said while vlogging on her YouTube channel. She would later go into more detail on the 21-year-old and how he's controlling. A photographer who shot photos for the members of the Hype House once reportedly spoke out about his experience with Thomas, in which he describes as very controlling. Adam, the photographer, said that it seemed like Thomas had control over everything TikTokers did, and it wasn't fair. He also said that when discussing business with each other, Thomas did not mention or credit any of the other members or co-founders of the team. The 21-year-old TikTok house founder also unfollowed and ghosted the photographer after the shoot despite being close friends. Shady business from Thomas. Daisy went on to reveal more details about the workings of the Hype House and how Petrou has tried to turn other members against her after she confronted about his authority over the group. Keach left the Hype House to form another collective called the Clubhouse. After the release of Daisy's vlog on her YouTube channel, Petrou had a rapid response to her claims. He responds to her allegations, saying that she was not involved in early efforts to recruit the Hype House squad and grow the group's profile in the press. For instance, he claims that he and Hudson recruited a bunch of early creators while Keach, quote-unquote, continued to do her own thing in her room. Petrou also said that Daisy declined to help out on many different occasions. She did not want to promote her social media pages, even though she has around 1,500,000 followers. He also mentioned in the vlog her uninterest in the group and group decisions. He claims that Keach also declined to participate in subsequent press opportunities, including interviews with The Today Show, Entertainment Tonight, and Forbes. Nobody knows who's telling the truth in the situation. Daisy's lawyer mentioned in an interview that she would make her own creator collective club and was officially leaving the Hype House. At first, they wanted to trademark the name Hype House, considering she is in legal battles over her status. What's interesting about all that is Daisy has already supposedly swayed some of her fellow Hype House members to jump ship. Does this mean that the other TikTokers feel the same about Thomas Petrou? But before we talk about who will be leaving the Hype House for Daisy's new team, we must talk about what is she specifically going to court over. Daisy was ultimately upset that she was not being credited as a founder of the Hype House. She was one of the people who qualified to put her name on the lease of the mansion anyways, based on income, so they have her to thank for the house. Before Thomas met Chase Hudson, Daisy and Thomas had already come up with a concept for the Hype House, revealed in an interview. The problem with Chase and Thomas was that they would never include her in conversations or mention her as a co-founder. Earlier that year, in January of 2020, Daisy filed 3 applications to trademark the Hype House. Immediately after Thomas had got word of the applications, he went on to post a trademark of the company by making the merch go live. The only problem was that he did this without the consent of Daisy Keach. Eventually, it would backfire on Thomas Petrou as Daisy's lawyer would send the 21-year-old a cease and desist. He would ignore this message, and later things would only get worse. In March, a verbal altercation sparked between the two after Daisy decided to confront the Hype House leader at a photo shoot. Thomas would then go on to begin renovations on the home without consulting the landlord, which can really put Daisy's deposit at risk. Clearly, he had no right to do that. It was also later revealed that Thomas was trying to make other TikTokers rally against her to intimidate her from even going to her own house. That may have also backfired for Thomas as well. Since then, an unclear group of people has backed Daisy instead. The Hype House official Instagram also unfollowed a few of the members. Something shady is going on here. What does the queen of TikTok, Charli D'Amelio, or other big-time influencers like Addison Rae and Avani have to say about all of this? Well, they have not really said anything. They have decided to lay low, but secrets are bound to spill out soon. Charli is actually in a relationship that has an unclear current status with Chase Hudson. But after cheating speculations, this could ultimately lead to the Hype House's demise. Another incident that made tension rise was when TikTok star Daisy Keach went to collect her few belongings from the mansion in Encino, California she briefly called home. She did so flanked by an armed security guard. The early March expedition was all but a definitive end to her time at the Hype House. "I'm trying to fight for my rights," she said, standing in the villa. "The business has been completely stripped away from me, and I've kept my mouth shut the entire time," she continued, but not any longer. Keach, who is 20, filed suit in federal court against 2 of her co-founders. Keach is suing 2 of her Hype House co-founders, Thomas Petrou and Chase Hudson, alleging that they struck deals without her, exiled her from the group, and tried to position themselves as the only founders of the Hype House. TikTok fame is not everything it seems. The Hype House blew up rapidly and even hosted the music video for Lil Mosey's Blueberry Faygo music video. The collective hosts many TikTok stars who are meant to be pumping out content. Unfortunately for fans and for Hype House members, everything is not what it seems. Thomas Petrou has been under a lot of fire recently, along with Chase Hudson, for their decision to not credit Daisy as a Hype House founder. Daisy, after all, is one of the main reasons as to why the group ever even formed. The two clearly do not like each other, and their feud may have well ended the Hype House as a whole collective. Thanks for tuning in today at Lime Report, where we covered the dark truth behind Thomas Petrou's lifestyle. Do you think that the Hype House is already falling apart? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Be sure to check out the link in our description to enter for your chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. Thanks for watching, y'all. We'll see you next time on Lime Report.